but taking no responsibility for his role in this overheated political climate that certainly led to at least the arrest of that suspected serial bomber in Florida. Jeff Zeleny, CNN, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's bring in political analyst Peter Mathews. Peter, Donald Trump wants peace, love, and harmony. His words. That's nice. But in his telling of it, the media are the ones getting in the way.
Yeah, I think that's completely outrageous that he would blame the media when, in fact, he was blaming CNN and saying the media is the one responsible for this, when really his rhetoric has been a major part of this from the very beginning of the campaign. What he exhibits is a protecting leadership style, Cyril. There are three types of style of leadership. First is the initiating leader, the one who offers bold new vision and plans to the public to solve problems, like President Roosevelt, for example. The maintaining leader wants to keep the status quo going, like President George H.W. Bush. The protecting leader stirs up fear in the hearts of his followers by exaggerating threats. And he's exaggerated a lot of threats about illegal immigrants coming in and taking over the country, and all those things create fear, and then he offers a return to a stable path by saying, follow me. And this fear-mongering is a big part of it, and dividing and conquering is a big part of it. So I think it's a misplaced blame that he's coming up with, saying it's the media of all people. The media is here to enlighten the folks about what's going on in the country.
Donald Trump also talked about the importance of setting the tone. We heard him there. Now, compare this for me. Compare Donald Trump when asked if he bore any responsibility for the actions of his supporter, the bomb suspect who was just arrested, versus the tone of Bernie Sanders last year after one of his supporters had opened fire on Republican congressmen. Listen to this.
Does it bother you at all?
Not at all. No, that there's no blame. There's no anything. If you look at what happened to Steve Scalise, that was from a supporter of a different party. Well, I think I've been toned down. You want to know the truth? I could really tone it up because, as you know, the media has been extremely unfair to me.
I am sickened by this despicable act, and let me be as clear as I can be. Violence of any kind is unacceptable in our society, and I condemn this action in the strongest possible terms.
So quite the contrast. Your thoughts?
No parallel whatsoever, because Bernie Sanders was not inciting, violent activity by blaming other people, and he was instead, right away, he came out and said, no room for violence whatsoever. The president equivocated. Actually, he read the teleprompter, and in that case, he said there's no room for it, but he wouldn't. It took a teleprompter to get him to say that. With Bernie, it was natural, it was spontaneous, it was a condemnation of any kind of political violence immediately. There's no parallel whatsoever. And I think that to even make a parallel is a false equivalency there, and the president's, kind of sliding out of the blame, or trying to slide out from the blame by doing that. It's completely wrong, I think, and his supporters are wrong also for trying to do that.
There's one more thing here. Here's a Trump tweet written as the manhunt for the suspect was still ongoing. The suspect hadn't been arrested. This was written Friday morning. Republicans are doing so well in early voting and at the polls, and now this quote-unquote bomb stuff happens, and the momentum greatly slows. News not talking politics. Very unfortunate what's going on. Go out and vote. So, Peter, the president appears more concerned about his midterms campaign than the actual manhunt at the time that this was written. Now, I'm not going to stand here and say that's surprising. It's not. The interesting thing to me is he's lamenting the fact that the news is not covering politics for once, and that is the problem for him.
It's unbelievable because he's the president of the United States. He's supposed to be the healer in a situation of crisis like this, not bemoaning the fact that his party's, the attention is taken away from the election, so his party is not on the trajectory to win, because the Republicans did pick up some support there, for a while, and he's saying, now this is distracted from that momentum. It's an awful way of looking at it when here's a person supposed to heal the country, reach out, and President George W. Bush did that after 9/11. He said, we're all one nation. He said, we're not blaming Muslims for this. And so Trump should have taken an inclusive approach to say, let's come together. This is absolutely wrong. I'm condemning it in no uncertain terms. And he should have helped to heal the country. Instead, he's worried about whether his party's still about to win the election or not. It's unbelievable. And I think that the president should please try to change tactics or strategy, or try to project a much better feeling of unity right now, especially in a tragic situation, a dangerous one like this, where political violence has shown its ugly head.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's about to change tactics. The midterms are on November 6th. He is on course to keep going as he has been so far. Peter, good to talk to you. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Cyril. Pleasure.